What if the reason you are not earning more has nothing to do with your skills? Nothing to do with your effort? Nothing to do with your boss or the economy? What if the single biggest thing holding back your income is something happening inside your own brain right now? Something that gets worse every time you check your bank balance. Something that researchers at Harvard and Princeton have now measured and proven with hard data. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what it is, why it is happening to you, and the 3 specific things that break the cycle permanently. Stay with me because this one is going to change how you see everything. Researchers Sendhil Mullainathan from Harvard and Eldar Shafir from Princeton spent years studying the psychology of financial scarcity. Their findings were published in the journal Science, and they changed how economists understand the relationship between money and the human mind. Here is what they found. Financial stress does not just make you feel bad. It does not just affect your mood or your sleep. It directly, measurably, reduces your cognitive function. The study measured cognitive performance in people under financial pressure. The result, a drop in cognitive function equivalent to losing 13 IQ points. 13 points. To put that in context, that is roughly the cognitive impairment of going an entire night without sleep. A 2024 meta-analysis across more than 100,000 participants confirmed this effect, across cultures and study designs worldwide. This is not a theory, this is measured, repeatable, and almost certainly happening to more people than anyone talks about. Now let me explain exactly how this works. Your brain has a limited capacity for complex thinking at any given moment. Scientists call this cognitive bandwidth. Think of it like the RAM in a computer. When you have too many programs running simultaneously, your computer slows down. Tasks that were easy become difficult, simple operations take longer than they should. Financial stress is a program that never closes. It runs constantly in the background, consuming processing power, draining mental resources that should be available for everything else. Every time you worry about a bill you cannot pay, that is bandwidth consumed. Every time you calculate whether you can afford something, bandwidth consumed. Every time you lie awake running numbers in your head, bandwidth consumed. And here is the part nobody talks about. That bandwidth financial stress is consuming is the exact same bandwidth you need to perform at your best at work. To negotiate confidently, to think strategically, to make good decisions under pressure. Financial stress is not just a personal problem. It is a performance problem, a career problem, and income problem. Now let me show you the 5 specific ways this directly reduces your earning potential. Number 1, reduce performance at work. When your mind is occupied with financial worry, you make more mistakes. Your output slows, you take less initiative, you are physically present but mentally elsewhere. Research shows that financial stress narrows your mental focus to the immediate crisis, making it nearly impossible to think broadly or creatively. Your manager notices, your colleagues notice. And over time, opportunities for promotion go to the person next to you who is showing up fully. Not because they are more talented, but because their mind is not carrying what yours is carrying. Number 2, worse decisions under pressure. People under financial stress consistently accept lower salary offers without negotiating. They avoid asking for raises because the anxiety of rejection feels overwhelming. They take the first option available rather than evaluating alternatives carefully. Think about that for a moment. Financial stress makes you worse at the exact decisions that could most directly improve your financial situation. It is a trap that tightens itself. Number 3, survival mode thinking. When you are worried about this month's rent, you cannot think clearly about a career move that takes 12 months to pay off. Your entire decision-making horizon shrinks to the nearest emergency. And strategic career moves, the ones that actually change your trajectory, require exactly the long-term thinking that financial stress makes almost impossible. Number 4, risk aversion that locks you in place. Building income almost always requires some form of calculated risk. Asking for a raise, starting a side project, investing in a new skill, changing jobs. But when you are under financial stress, your brain's threat response is already activated. Everything feels riskier than it actually is. The very stress that makes you most need more income makes you least likely to take the steps that would create it. Number 5. Physical health impact. Chronic financial stress elevates cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. Over time, this disrupts sleep, reduces energy, and accelerates fatigue. The person who is consistently tired and stressed cannot perform at the level of someone who is rested and mentally clear. And performance over time determines income over time. Now here is the part that makes this genuinely difficult to break. Financial stress creates a cycle. The stress reduces cognitive function. Reduced cognitive function leads to worse financial decisions. Worse financial decisions increase financial stress, which reduces cognitive function further. The cycle is self-reinforcing. And it does not require extreme poverty to operate. It affects anyone experiencing meaningful financial uncertainty. This is not a character flaw, it is not laziness. It is biology working against you because of a problem that has a solution. So what actually breaks the cycle? 3 specific things, and they work by targeting the root cause, which is the cognitive load of financial uncertainty. The first thing is a written financial system. The biggest source of financial cognitive load is not the money problems themselves, it is the uncertainty. The not knowing, the constant mental calculation of where things stand. Research shows that writing down a clear financial plan, even a simple one, dramatically reduces financial anxiety. Not because it solves the problem immediately, but because it removes the problem from active cognitive processing. When your financial situation is written down, tracked, and visible, your brain does not have to keep recalculating it. It knows the information is captured, it releases some of the processing load. A simple monthly budget, a written savings target, a clear picture of what is coming in and what is going out. These are not just financial tools, they are cognitive relief tools. The second thing is an emergency fund. Research specifically shows that having even 1 month of expenses saved produces a measurable reduction in financial anxiety. Not 3 months, not 6 months, even 1 month. Because an emergency fund changes your brain's threat assessment. Instead of operating in constant scarcity mode, where any unexpected expense is a crisis, you have a buffer. That buffer does not just protect your bank account. It reduces the background cognitive load that financial stress creates. It frees up processing power, it allows your brain to operate at a higher level. The third thing is automating your financial decisions. Every financial decision you make manually consumes cognitive bandwidth. When savings transfer automatically on payday, investments go in automatically every month, bills pay automatically on schedule. You remove dozens of recurring decisions from conscious processing every month. You are not just making your finances more efficient. You are freeing up mental capacity, and that freed capacity goes back to your work, your ideas, your performance, your career. These 3 things work together. A written system gives your brain certainty. An emergency fund gives your brain safety. Automation gives your brain freedom. Together they target the root cause of financial cognitive load. And as that load reduces, your thinking improves, your decisions improve, your performance improves, your income potential improves. The cycle that was working against you starts working for you instead. Quick recap of everything we covered. Harvard and Princeton research found that financial stress reduces cognitive function by the equivalent of 13 IQ points, confirmed across more than 100,000 participants worldwide. Financial stress consumes the bandwidth you need for performance at work, negotiation, strategic thinking, and the actions that build income. 5 ways it reduces earning potential: reduced work performance, worse decisions, survival mode thinking, risk aversion, physical health impact. The cycle is self-reinforcing. Breaking it requires targeting the cognitive load directly. 3 things that break it: a written financial system, an emergency fund, automating your decisions. Drop a comment below. Have you noticed financial stress affecting your focus or your performance at work? I want to hear your experience. I read every single comment and I reply to as many as I can. If this video showed you something nobody else has shown you, please hit the like button right now. It takes 2 seconds, and it genuinely helps this video reach more people who need to hear this. Now here is something I want to say before you go. Everything we have covered on this channel is connected. Why you are always broke, the compound effect, what your bank does with your money, index funds, investment risk, the financial advice industry, and now this. They are all pieces of the same picture. Next week on Income Decoded, we are going to cover something that connects all of these pieces together in a way that will change how you see your entire financial life. I cannot tell you exactly what it is yet. But if this video made you think differently, the next one will hit even harder. Hit that red subscribe button right now and turn on the bell. Because next week's video is one you genuinely do not want to miss. I will see you then. Stay focused, stay consistent. And remember, your financial situation is not just affecting your bank account, it is affecting your brain. Fix the system and everything else follows. Let us go.